Jump into the mothership. Jump into the mothership. Jump into the mothership.
Oh, I feel like Owen Wilson with that. Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, it's very good.
Oh, wow.
I miss Owen Wilson.
I liked him in Loki.
I liked him in Loki as well. Yeah, he was really good.
But
in that.
I would love him more if he were to do something more like Wedding Crashers again, because that was the shit.
Well,
yeah,
right
I
now-
love Wedding Crashers.
I love
He's
that
doing
movie.
a romantic comedy with Jennifer Lopez.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
where like Jennifer Lopez plays a pop star. Who would have thought?
Whoa. Cool.
And so then she just picked someone in the crowd, and it happens to be Owen Wilson, and then they fall in love for real or shit like that.
Christ.
That's kind of weird. Anyways, podcast where we talk about whatever the hell we feel like talking about that day. I am Dylan, aka your friendly space ninja, and as always, I am joined by the commander himself, Bruno. And of course, I am joined by the Jedi herself, Amanda, the Jedi. Today, we're going to talk about the most successful movies in the history of Hollywood. Some of them, because otherwise it's just going to be a podcast about Marvel. But I have the list here on Wikipedia of the highest grossing films. I didn't take the list that is adjusted for inflation.
Okay.
Okay.
I just took like the ones that are like at like right now, just the top
Dollar
highest
amount.
grossing movies.
Cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool.
I'm just gonna go through the list and just go through movies that really talk to me.
Cool.
Here's one. Oh, Frozen. Frozen
Okay.
is
Oh,
the
yeah.
16th highest grossing movie of all time.
That's not surprising to
That's
me.
not surprising, no.
I think it made less than number 10 is Frozen 2.
See, okay, that's a thing that happens with sequels because you get Frozen 1 that comes out in theaters and then the momentum builds and people are like, oh, yay, Frozen.
Yeah.
But then by the time it comes out, people just watch it on like DVD.
Yeah.
But then 2 comes out, all of the people that have been on the Let It Go train for like the
Oh
past
my
3
God,
years
yeah.
are flooding to that theater to
This movie
watch
came
it.
out way later than it should have. Like, because I think it came out, wait, hold on, let me check.
It was a few years at least.
Yeah, it was a
it
couple
came out in
years.
2019.
Yeah, like I was gonna say,
Holy
and
hell.
then Frozen was like 2014 or 2013.
Frozen was 2013.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
around Christmas though.
Yeah.
So.
So they took
6 years. 6 years. Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's very crazy.
Yo, but I saw like a behind the scenes, bro. The way they animate the snow and everything.
Dude, it's so
Insane.
much
So
work.
good.
It
Like,
is so
Technically,
much
it's
Yeah.
a marvel.
Yeah, that's what it's usually Pixar that does it, but that's kind of like some of the plots aren't always great or whatever, but usually Disney and Pixar, every time they make a new movie, they're trying to like come up with something new to work on.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
innovate the
yeah.
industry.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So like either like skin tones or hair or like
Yeah.
snow, water, like Finding Nemo, like water animation was like a huge deal.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
and
that
then
was
Monsters
really
Inc. was fur, like the
Yeah.
fur.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
There's a
true.
lot. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's really there's Pixar's so next level.
I know.
Pixar's so next. What's your favorite Pixar?
Toy Story.
Okay.
It's just the nostalgia.
Yeah, I
That was
get.
my
It's
first
fair. It's
shit.
fair. Toy
Yeah.
Story. It's like it's the shit. Like
Yeah.
you can, yeah.
Outside that though.
I think my favorite is very recent. Soul.
I was gonna say outside the OG Toy Story, Soul really
Dude,
fucking spoke to me.
Yeah, me too.
It really spoke
I
to
related
me.
to Soul in a way that I just did not expect. Like
Yeah,
this guy who's
same.
just consumed by his goals and just does not
Yeah.
like it's just I felt like and Jamie Foxx is such a good voice
yeah,
actor.
he is. He's so good.
He was so good in this movie. The emotion in
Yeah.
that movie just wow.
Yeah.
Such a good
It
movie.
hit.
I'm gonna watch it.
This is the podcast where Bruno has not seen any
Yeah.
Like
movies we
damn,
ever
like
talk
next
about.
to you guys, I feel like I saw nothing.
Watch
Holy.
Soul. I highly recommend. Man, that movie. That's
Yeah.
one of the few movies that made me tear up.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
Damn.
genuinely.
Okay, yeah, I
Wait,
bawled. That was
is-
Yeah.
Is that the one where it's like about like the piano guy?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
Yeah.
It
I'll
was
check it
voiced
out.
by Jamie Foxx, and it's
Cool.
incredible. And you will relate to it a lot, like
Yeah?
knowing you.
Okay.
Yeah, a guy who is just consumed by dreams is a go-getter, but is kind of neglectful to other parts of his life.
Oh yeah.
And
Sounds-
yeah, sounds like me and you. And
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Sounds like the conversation we had.
yeah, on that other
Yeah.
episode. Yeah, that's true. But yeah, I just think that Pixar is just on a level that I can't. I skipped Toy Story 4.
Same.
I don't know why. I just felt like I don't want the trilogy is
That's what I
perfect.
mean. That's exactly my thing. And
The
they're like, no,
trilogy's-
watch it. It's good. And I'm like, no, they got a perfect trilogy. That was my childhood. I don't want to go back anymore.
Yeah, me neither.
They waved goodbye. Wave
neither.
goodbye, partner.
Yeah.
I'm done. I'm done.
Me neither, man.
You can only tug on my heartstrings so many times.
Yeah.
No, I don't need it. Everything else cheapens it.
The 9th highest grossing movie of all time is Furious 7. which grossed $1.5 billion.
Christ.
Came out in 2015. Furious 7. Wait, is that the one where they introduced Charlize Theron?
I have no idea because I haven't watched any of them.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, you wouldn't think. I remember when it came out, it was the highest opening weekend of all time. I think for a minute, and then Star Wars came in like Force Awakens came in like a few months later. Like, bitch, what you say?
Fuck that shit.
We got that 247 million opening weekend, dude. And then Endgame was like 200 what? I'm on that 300.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just gonna keep going up.
Yeah. And they're all Disney movies.
Of course.
Obviously. Well, no, not Furious 7. That's Universal, I think. That's the Fast and Furious movies? Yeah, that's Universal.
Universal's Fast and Furious.
At number 8, we have The Avengers.
That's not surprising.
$1.5 billion. The Avengers.
Yeah.
I don't think that movie holds up.
I do. I actually really like it.
I really like it.
I love it
the
still,
thing
but
that bothers me now is like when you're looking at it, the lighting looks very dull.
It looks like a TV movie.
Yeah, it looks like a TV show.
Yeah, but I feel like a lot of the movies now have that issue too, where everybody just kind of looks muddy. Like I feel like a lot of modern television, a lot of modern movies, people look muddy now.
Yeah.
Because they're accounting for effects in weird ways, and I don't know. I just don't think people look as good in things. But I don't know. I think the 2012 Avengers was like so good and it had no business being as good as it was.
Oh no,
Yeah, yeah.
I thought it was gonna suck. I was gonna be like, how are they gonna juggle that many characters?
Yeah, it's really good. And then you watch Endgame, you're like,
small task.
Okay.
Small task.
Okay.
Small task. Oh my god, the amount of characters in Endgame is
Jeez,
just,
like
is just
60
insane.
characters.
Yeah.
Jesus.
That's so
Oh
crazy.
My God.
The 7th highest grossing movie of all time is The Lion King.
That's not surprising, of course.
Wait, the original
Yeah.
or like the CG?
Oh no, it's the 2019
Yeah,
one.
oh fuck, I forgot that it is
Aw.
the 2019 one. I knew that. I knew that one made so much goddamn fucking money. It's disgusting.
1.6 billion.
Oh, I hate that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Disgusting.
I did not like it.
No, it's terrible. It's garbage.
I did not like it.
It's
because, like,
uninspired trash.
the only
Yeah.
good parts of the movies are the shot-for-shot remakes of the.
But then what's the point?
Whatever they
And
changed,
like,
it was
it's
worse.
like the one area I can say, you know what? Mulan was hot garbage, but at least it did something different than the
yeah.
animated Mulan.
Same thing with the Jungle Book.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah,
Jungle Book,
yeah.
and
I want to say Book of the Jungle. I was like,
even
that's
like
not
Cruella. Like I had such a blast with Cruella. If I'm gonna be
Amazing.
Cruella's
honest.
fun.
I
Cruella's
love
fun.
Cruella,
Cruella's
but
fun.
Aladdin.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
Aladdin was horrible.
yeah,
in my
Aladdin was
opinion.
horrible. That's what
Oh,
I mean. Like
Aladdin was raw.
yeah, these
the
ones
worst.
that, and then like they always try to fix problems that aren't actually problems, but then they just fall into the same problems. You've got like fucking Naomi Watts being like, "I can't be silent," which I actually think that song slightly. She's out of key when she screams that.
Probably that would.
And I was like, why aren't you pitching her up? Isn't she like off like a bit?
a tiny
a
bit?
bit?
Maybe she wanted to be like, I want to retain my natural voice.
No, then change the song. I don't know. There's something about that silence. It doesn't feel like it
Yeah.
matches the music either way.
Well, because Beauty and the Beast, you can hear the auto tune.
Yeah, I know, and I'm like, let it happen. Just let
like
it happen.
as someone who
Whatever.
produces music, I'm like,
I
wow,
know.
that's a bold move.
Yeah, I know, just let it happen. But then she's screaming all not being silenced, and it immediately cuts to her being like dragged away by people
Yeah,
and like
yeah.
up. And I was like, Disney.
I actually never finished the live action Beauty and the Beast. I remember I had to
I
go
actually
somewhere
liked it.
when there was at the start of the scene, the ball.
Okay.
Yeah.
The
Right,
ball
yeah.
scene, and I had to go somewhere. I was watching it at home, and I had to
Okay.
go somewhere, and I came back and never finished the movie.
That's fair. I haven't watched the last like 10 minutes of the Aladdin movie because I was watching it on a plane.
Oh wow, yeah,
You're not missing
worth-
anything.
yeah,
I
you didn't
know.
miss
You're
I'm
not
anything.
like,
missing
yeah,
anything.
whatever.
Ah, the movie was so mid.
It
Oh
was
my
so, no,
god,
it was bad.
It was
Yeah.
it was not good.
Man,
And I like the actor they chose to play him.
Yeah, he was good.
He was
it
fine.
looks
and,
exactly like what I think
Yeah, I
Aladdin
know,
would
right?
look
He was, like,
like.
really on point.
Jasmine, I think it's Naomi.
Yeah, Naomi Watts. Or maybe,
Naomi
no,
Scott,
it's not
Naomi
Naomi
Scott.
Scott.
Yeah,
Sorry,
Naomi
I
Watts,
was
not
saying
the same person,
Naomi
yeah.
Watts. Yeah, very different actress. Sorry.
Yeah, Naomi Scott.
I knew,
Scott.
yeah,
but-
Naomi Scott.
Yeah.
But
So,
yeah,
it's Naomi Scott that
Naomi
felt like she was off.
yeah.
Yes.
She
I'll have to let you listen to it after and let me know if I'm crazy, but
probably.
I
I,
feel
don't
like
remember.
it's
I don't
just-
remember much from the movie.
it's a
Honestly,
little, it just something feels like off an octave, just a
Yeah.
little like off a
Probably.
pitch. Yeah.
It's when she does like her solo at the end.
It's not that too, but it's not even that. It's actually the chorus. It's literally her just saying, I can't be silenced, but it's like the like where she's at.
I can be
Yeah.
I can't be
silent.
silenced, but it doesn't feel like it's
She's
there's
hitting
something
the note.
there.
Yeah.
It's like a little bit, but I could be wrong.
It's probably just like the producer who got lazy. He was waiting for his pizza. It was like, fuck it.
Fuck it.
Wow, The Lion King, huh? That
Yeah.
movie did not deserve to make that much
No,
money.
it's depressing.
Jesus.
It's a shame.
I hope they stop the live action. They won't.
They won't because they make
Snow
so
White.
much money.
They're doing Snow White right now.
I know they make.
Gal Gadot is playing the evil queen.
I saw that. I was like,
Oh,
what
okay.
an uninspired. No, that's a terrible idea because she
it?
can't fucking act. And the
Yeah.
only time
Oh
it
my
feels
God, yeah,
like she can
sure.
act
Yeah.
is when she's playing this like, oh, I'm Wonder Woman from Themyscira. I don't know
Yeah.
Earth. Then I'm kind of like, oh, maybe this is a choice.
Yeah.
And then
yeah.
you see her in something else and like, oh, you just can't fucking act.
Yeah, because I think that's what I said. It's like she has the charisma, she just doesn't have the acting ability.
Yeah.
Like she works as Wonder Woman, I guess.
Yeah, that's
for
what I
what
mean,
they're
because of
trying to
those
do,
reasons.
the innocent, like
Like-
kind
Well, she did in the first one, and then it's Kal-El, no.
Oh my god.
Oh, that scene! It's never not gonna be funny
I
though.
know, it's so
never
good.
not.
Kal-El,
Kal-El,
no,
no, and like the shaking the head at the same time.
Like,
And then
come
just-
on, you couldn't do another take. You couldn't do
Yeah.
another take.
I find it even funnier that they dubbed it in the Snyder cut. They dubbed it. That's even funnier. Oh, that Kal-El no is legendary. Kal-El,
God bless.
the sixth highest grossing movie of all time is Jurassic World,
How?
which I don't think deserves it. I
No.
actually think the
makes
Jurassic World, the
sense.
first one, is okay.
Okay, it's okay.
Yeah, the
It's okay.
second one is
I hate
unwatchable.
It is unwatchable. It's shit.
It's
I haven't even
awful.
bothered.
fucking
So
garbage.
bad.
I
That
got
fucking kid.
so-
Stop having kids in movies.
Yeah, I
Fuck that kid.
Oh,
Stop
I
having
hated
kids in
it.
general.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
stop
it's
hating
just-
it. I hated it so much, so much. I was so pissed
Yeah.
walking out of that fucking movie.
That's a movie I considered leaving. I was with my friend
Same.
George, and he turned at me after like beginning of the third act. Was like, "Do we just go?" And it was like, "No,
might
let's
as well
just
sit it out
Yeah.
now." Like I get why Jurassic World would have because it's the nostalgia. You're like, oh my god, it's
Yeah.
now Jurassic. So I
Yeah.
get why these movies make a lot of money, and then when you're not adjusting for inflation,
Yeah.
I don't know why they don't go by ticket sales. I don't know why they don't go by individual tickets moved.
Probably, yeah. They'd probably be smarter.
They should do both. Like, yeah, sure, I want to know how much money the movie made, but like how many individual tickets were sold, purchased, or like redeemed? Because sometimes people get free tickets, they buy tickets with points.
Yeah.
True.
True.
That's
So
very
like,
true.
I want to know how many individual people theoretically went to see this movie. Because
Yeah, we're
obviously
like,
people
I'm gonna buy
yeah.
a ticket for it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, this is where the top 5 just stops being fun because it's just
Yeah.
Marvel, Star Wars. Number 5 is Infinity War, with $2 billion, which is
Yeah.
crazy. It deserves it.
That
It
Infinity
does. It
War really
absolutely deserves it. It
Infinity-
deserves more money than Endgame.
Yeah,
it
yeah,
deserves
yeah.
to be first.
Yeah, but it's
honestly.
the same reason people who didn't see Infinity War then saw it on
Yeah.
Blu-ray or
Yeah,
DVD
yeah, yeah.
wanted to show up
Yeah.
for the spectacle of the
Of
finale.
Endgame, yeah.
Exactly a
It's
year
a
later.
2-hour third act.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's fun.
It's
I
fun.
just
Yeah,
love it.
exactly.
Amazing.
Let's
I
go.
absolutely love it.
Yeah.
Number 4 is Force Awakens, which is
Okay.
interesting because none of the other Star Wars in the trilogy are in the top 10.
Well, that one was the one that was playing off the nostalgia too, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
so-
know.
The highest grossing movie after that one in Star Wars is The Last Jedi, which is number 14, and it grossed 1.3 billion versus 2.2 billion for Force Awakens. And I will stand by the fact that Force Awakens is fun as hell.
Yeah.
It's a good movie. It
Yeah,
doesn't
it's a
have
little thing. It's like we're gonna take this one, not that hunk of junk, and it's like
yeah, exactly.
we're taking the hunk of junk.
yeah.
Millennium Falcon.
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
It's fun. Like
Yeah.
It's cute. It's
Yeah.
It's cool, and I think that it doesn't have the biggest rewatchability factor.
yeah,
I think.
like you can kind of
Well,
have fun with it a
yeah.
little bit, but like it's not something I'm like I'm gonna watch Force Awakens.
Yeah, exactly.
today.
Like now, I
Yeah.
haven't watched it in like 2 years, so now I think I'd be down to rewatch it and I'd have fun with it.
To be honest with you, with Star Wars, I feel like the only ones that are really rewatchable are like the originals.
The original
I can rewatch
Solo.
the fir-
Solo
like-
is very rewatchable. I think Solo is a fun
Okay,
ride.
I haven't. Had
I
the
will
pleasure.
always be it's prequels.
prequels.
I
Really, yeah?
could, if I had to choose which trilogy that I could only pick one to ever watch ever again, I would go with prequels.
Here's the thing.
Okay,
I
don't know.
can stomach episode 1.
Love it.
I
It's
can
my
stomach.
favorite.
Yeah, I know it's your favorite.
Yeah.
I can stomach it. Attack of the Clones. I kill me. I can't sit through this movie.
I love it. It's because first when I watched it when I was a kid, all the girls were always like fawning over Hayden Christensen, and I was like, I want to be Hayden Christensen because like
Yeah.
again, that was one of those moments like the Natalie Portman scene where like the tiger thing like rips her. I was like,
Yes, Mama. Yes.
yeah, I was like, I like this.
Mommy, I'm sorry, mommy. I'm sorry, mommy.
I'm sorry, mommy. And then I just, so I like that movie for reasons like that. And then, but then you watch
Yeah.
it later and you realize like,
Dude,
Wow.
that
Him-
lightsaber battle of Anakin versus Count Dooku,
Yeah.
where they're just spinning
Oh.
their
I
blades
know,
for
but
hours and they're
still,
not actually
I know, but
fighting.
it's still fun,
I
but-
hate that movie so much. I
Oh,
can't sit through it.
I
actually
love
like
it.
that.
Episode 3, I think, is pretty
good.
good.
Episode 3 is amazing.
I think it's
Episode 3 is
good.
amazing.
Yeah,
It has
it's
its
good.
weaknesses.
It does
Don't
have its
come at me.
weaknesses, but
like,
it's good.
But
it's
it's good.
the best out of the 3. I think we can all
Definitely,
agree. I mean,
100%.
you're gonna say Phantom Menace is still
Okay,
number
yeah,
1.
yeah.
but-
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I love it. That's my favorite. I don't know what it is. Well, it's the first one I saw
Opinions on Jar Jar Binks?
when I was a kid. He was fine.
Yeah,
That's what he was aimed at. Yeah, that's it.
Makes
Anyone
sense.
Yeah,
else?
exactly.
I
Yeah,
feel,
it's a
I feel bad for the actor.
Yeah, he got him
He
and
considered
Jake Lloyd.
suicide and
Wow.
stuff.
Yeah,
and
him and
Yes.
Jake Lloyd both got like fucking
Jake Lloyd, his mental health was shattered.
Yeah.
By,
shattered.
by
But then
this
he
kid.
kept going to the conventions because it was like the only thing that was
Yeah, a
that
bit
he
of
could
love.
really do.
Yeah.
But then everybody's like shitting on him, and I was like, come on,
Yeah.
man.
That sucks.
I remember one thing that made me feel good about like is when Hayden Christensen showed up to I think it was Star Wars Celebration in 2018.
Yeah, I think so,
2017?
something around that.
He showed up and like I was expecting people to hate on him and I was feeling so sad, but people were really happy to see him.
Oh yeah, they are.
Yeah.
And they're so excited that he's coming back. Like,
I am really happy.
I'm really excited.
because
Me too.
I really oh my god, who's directing is it Deborah Chow?
I can't
I
remember.
don't
She directed episodes of The Mandalorian.
Yeah, I can't
And
remember anymore.
she's really, really, really good. And I trust what she's gonna do with Obi-Wan. And I'm so happy that like he's gonna get to be in a Star Wars movie that in a Star Wars project that hopefully is not gonna be controversial. And
Yeah.
people can just enjoy it and be happy
Yeah.
that he's
yeah, with like
he's
some
there.
good writing and like giving
Yeah.
him a chance not to like freak out like a child.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly,
yeah. Because the
exactly.
thing is, like, everyone's like, "Well, why would you bring him back? Because it's Vader." So I was like, "You don't bring Hayden Christensen back to just have it in the helmet.
Yeah,
They're gonna do
no,
flashbacks or stuff like that to
exactly,
have him
yeah.
in." And, so,
Yeah.
and they confirmed that he's gonna be in Ahsoka.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah. So you're gonna get those flashbacks maybe where you see them interact when
Yeah.
he was. I'm so excited
Oh,
for that.
That's
man.
exciting.
Hayden
yeah,
Christensen.
That's gonna be good.
I never
Yeah.
gave up on you, and I've been rooting for
Yeah,
you this
rooting for
entire
you.
time. I love you, man.
He's
Yeah.
the real G, honestly.
He's the real
Yeah.
G, yeah. He's the real G, and I think he actually really liked playing Anakin. But I think,
think so, yeah.
the fans turning against the prequels kind of I think
that
broke
kind of
his
messed
heart a little.
everything up. Yeah, for sure.
Mhm.
Kind of. Well, it messed George Lucas up.
Yeah.
He didn't love Star Wars after the prequels
Yeah,
because
well-
of how people were.
Well, let someone else write some of your shit, man. Like you come up with the ideas, let someone else write the dialogue because you absolutely cannot.
Oh yeah, no.
Man, yeah.
I hate sand.
That's not even the worst one. That's not even the worst
It's so
one.
coarse.
No, that's not the
It's
worst
when
one.
she's packing and he's like, Obi-Wan doesn't understand. Like it's like,
Yeah.
and I'm like, in what universe would this hot, beautiful, independent senator be into this oversized man-child?
You know what I hate about Revenge of the Sith,
Yeah.
Return of the Sith,
Yeah.
Revenge of the Jedi.
Yeah.
What I hate about Episode 3 is like the ending was supposed to essentially be Padme creating what would eventually become the rebellion. That's what the ending was supposed to be, and I'm like,
would've been
why did
so
you rob her of
good.
that? Why did
Give
you
her the
rob her of
badass
that?
moment. Like,
That would have been
ooh.
so fucking cool because now all of her scenes are so it's just a bunch of awkwardness.
You're breaking my heart.
yeah.
Oh, my
Oh
God.
no, it's the you're so beautiful. It's only because I'm so in love.
Love with-
No, it's me who's so in love
Love
with
with
you.
you.
Shut the fuck up. I hate
my
it.
God.
Stomp on both of yous. Fuck.
Yeah. Oh
Adorable.
Yeah. Sickening.
Yeah, but yeah, Force Awakens, good return to form. I think for Wayne, I will always remember when they dropped the first teaser and you first saw that shot of Kylo Ren in the forest whipping out his lightsaber, and it's the first time we saw the guard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And dude, everyone was like, "What? Sometimes I go back and watch just teaser reaction videos to that, and it just makes me feel warm inside because that was at a time where everybody believed in Star Wars. Everybody believed in the potential.
I
when
know.
we
still had hope.
Back. Yeah, when we
Yeah.
still had hope. I remember like the biggest debate about it was like, is J.J. Abrams going to put lens flares in it? And that was the biggest debate because everybody was pumped for it. And
Yeah.
oh man, guys, next trilogy, just make a plan. Just
Yeah.
know where
Yeah,
you're
just
going with
plan
it.
it out.
Just go.
Yeah, just know where it's gonna end and stuff.
I guess
and-
to be fair,
you
like
know.
the original trilogy was originally going to go in a different way, and then he decided like after he did the first movie that he was going to do something different. So that's why like Boba Fett was set up to be so cool, and then he just gets relegated to the side when they're like, no,
Oh,
we're going to do
yeah.
Vader for the big one this time.
yeah,
That's what I heard.
good to me,
Okay.
dead. I love that line so fucking much.
It's a good one.
It's such a good one. The third highest grossing movie of all time is. You want to take a guess for the top three?
For the top three,
Well-
what would be 3?
I mean, Avatar is probably 2.
Avatar, it's
Endgame
either,
is
if they
1.
haven't adjusted for inflation, it's either Endgame or Avatar would be going back and forth between the 1 and 2 spots. So I'm not sure which is which. So
Okay,
3
So 3.
is another probably Marvel's project because if it's not Star
Civil
Wars.
War.
No, I don't think
No.
Civil War. I'm gonna say, is it Age of Ultron?
It's Titanic.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God!
I
Yes,
forgot
it's
about
true.
Titanic. I knew that. The original
Yeah,
number
yeah,
one.
yeah.
The original number one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
Titanic, $2.1 billion
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
1997.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it because it got re-released a bunch of
It
times.
did get
in
re-released a
theaters.
bunch of times.
But yeah, between that and Avatar, being the director who has made
Two of the top
yeah,
3.
and I think it's not Rosario Dawson. What's her name? God damn it, she's in
Kate
Avatar.
Winslet? No, sorry. She's in Guardians of the Galaxy too.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
Gamora.
yes. Gamora.
Gamora.
Yeah, I forgot her
I'm
wait,
name.
hold
totally
on.
blanking on her name. I feel
Oh my
so
God,
Yeah,
bad.
I gotta look it up. Zoe Saldana.
Yeah,
Yes,
Zoe
Jesus,
Saldana. There we go.
yeah,
There we
yes.
go.
Zoe Saldana is the actress who is in all of the movies that have the highest
Which is
grossing
like
movies.
good
Yeah.
for her.
Yeah,
Oh my
seriously,
God.
I
Yeah.
love Zoe Saldana.
so
I
good.
think she's
Amazing.
kind of underrated.
I think so
no.
too.
People love her, but like
I
she's
love her.
not as beloved.
Because she was
as
she was in 2009 Star Trek.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
was.
Yeah,
She
so
was.
like she's like killing it. You're
She
so
really
good.
is.
hooking
killing
up
it.
with Spock and shit.
Yeah. Good for her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, she's so good. I love her.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Titanic, I haven't seen that one in a long time.
Same.
Does not hold up.
Doesn't hold up.
Interesting.
My girlfriend made me watch it. Not
Okay.
fun.
Okay. Oh, I'm
I
sorry.
think it's just like for the time, it's just really cheesy.
Yeah.
Like-
That's. I mean, to be honest with you, okay, it's not my kind of movie, but like,
That's fair.
if it's your kind of movie, I guess you'd love it. But if it's anything else,
I always just remember that it was VHS, and the second VHS always started with Rose getting slapped in the face.
Yes. Yes.
What?
Because
Yeah.
it's like,
Oh,
okay.
because they split it in two.
yeah, because
Yeah,
it was too big. So
Yeah.
I remember it ends with the scene where your mom's like, "You don't watch the naked girl," and you're like,
Oh, yeah,
so you're
yeah,
like that,
yeah.
and then that whole scene happens, and then he finds out that she's been
Yeah.
kind of like going around the decks and stuff, and her husband just, her fiance, slaps her in the fucking face, and
Yeah,
that's when
yeah.
it starts. I was like, oh my god,
Yeah.
I have such a crush on Kate Winslet. In
she's
it.
great.
Oh yeah.
With her red hair in Titanic.
Yeah.
God damn it, she's a beautiful
Holy
woman.
moly!
Yeah,
Paint me
she's
like one of
so-
your French girls.
Yeah. All right, number
Goddamn.
2.
It's either I can't remember. I knew for a while Avatar got bopped.
This is the list is as of November 2021.
I'll say Avatar.
I'm gonna say Avatar.
No, it's Endgame.
Fuck. I hate that. Oh yeah, it did
It's
get
Endgame.
bopped. Fuck that. I hate that.
$2.7 billion dollars.
Honestly, yeah. To cap off the whole thing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sometimes I think about Endgame and I'm
Makes
like,
sense.
I wish the MCU had ended there.
I know, right?
Yeah.
But I
it's
want to
good.
see so many other, or just like do a different direction for the MCU in some way. I don't know. It's
Yeah,
weird.
to
I don't
just-
know.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, because here's what's gonna happen. The MCU is gonna keep going until people just don't want to watch it anymore.
Yeah.
Which
And
is fine.
I was really cool with having a solid ending to that
Yeah,
story.
like at this point, I almost would be okay with some like one-offs, like the X-Men
Yeah,
being their own
yeah.
fucking thing.
Yeah.
But I'm also a hypocrite because I'm like, but Thor 4 though.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
Thor, and
that's
also
it, you
like
know?
how are they going to integrate the X-Men? So it's
Yeah,
like a
also,
real
yeah.
debate. I'm like, I kind of want them to do their own thing, but I want to see how they get blended in. Like,
And I'm really
Yeah.
excited. Okay, if Kevin Feige actually pulls off the Fantastic Four and it works and people love it, this man is the best producer in Hollywood.
I'm so excited.
They try because
taking so long.
nobody
Yeah.
gives a shit
Forever.
about.
Oh
the
yeah, we're not
Fantastic
gonna get it
Four.
until at least 2024 or something.
no, it's
like
later
that.
than that. That's like the last slated movie right now.
Yeah,
Oh,
'cause
really?
I don't
Yeah?
even think it's Phase 4.
Yeah,
I think it's for Phase
It's
5.
Phase 5.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's-
Phase
yeah,
5.
it's
along
very-
with like Blade and shit.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
Yeah.
gonna be. I'm excited for Blade. A
Hell
lot of people.
yeah.
A lot of
Very
people
good.
are pissed that it's not gonna be Wesley Snipes. But if it's not gonna be Wesley Snipes,
Mahershala
absolutely get
Mahershala
Mahershala
Ali.
Ali.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
He is so freaking good. Mahershala Ali is like one of those actors that like he can do comedy, he can do drama, he can do anything, and you always buy it. But like he just has this vibe to him that is so cool. And like
Yeah.
as Blade, it just makes so much sense.
He just
Yeah,
looks like
it
a
does.
straight gangster, bro.
He does. Like
Yeah.
he works
Yeah.
the role. Like it.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
works.
exactly. Yeah,
he's got
really
the
good.
face for it and stuff
Yeah.
too. Like there's just something about him.
He's gonna
Yeah.
he's gonna make it work. I remember some people wanted to be a Michael B. Jordan, which first of all he can because he's already in Black Panther.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's Killmonger. I hope. No, he died. I'm stupid. Because I loved Killmonger.
Me
I think he's one of
too.
the best villains of the MCU.
I agree.
And I don't love Black Panther as much as most people. I
Same.
Oh, I really do.
think
I like it.
a
Yeah, it's
lot.
very
I like
good.
it a
I really
lot,
love it.
but I do think that it's a flawed movie, and I think that when it came out, there was such a hype for it that a lot of people kind of overlooked some of those flaws.
Yeah.
And I'm definitely one of those. When I came out, this movie, I was like, "Oh my god, dude, what the fuck is she fucking Wakanda and shit?" And then I rewatched it like a year later, and I was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't like it as much, but I still like it a lot." But Killmonger is such a good villain.
Yeah, I would
Yeah,
have
he's
really
badass.
liked that movie to end with him not dying and having to do some kind of like rehabilitation where he kind of is like, you know what, I realized that maybe you are right, maybe my way was wrong, and then him having to be the one to, well, not
Yeah.
having, but getting to be the one to go back to Oakland to give things back to his community,
Yeah,
rather
Okay.
than
yeah.
the guy from like fucking Wakanda.
Yeah,
Yeah,
true,
You know,
true
basically,
story.
you
That's a
know,
good point.
like just let somebody. I always really like the idea of like people from within the community being able to go back and like giving back to it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Because so often,
sure.
like if you get out of rough situations, you're like, "Fuck it, I made it out." Like I
yeah,
can't.
yeah.
So I thought that would have been way more impactful.
That would have
than,
been way
like,
more interesting,
The
I
fucking
think.
prince of a futuristic nation coming down and
Yeah.
helping.
Yeah.
Like it's a nice way to honor him, but like I just think it would have been better if they could have done something with Killmonger and then had him on the back burner.
Yeah.
Well, that's it. Yeah, exactly. You spend so much time with the character, making him, and he's like,
Yeah.
he's
Yeah,
really, really
exactly.
good.
Yeah, like
Why
I
would you
get that
kill
the
him off?
death is impactful and stuff, but like I think that there was a way for him to like maybe see Black
Well, the
Panther's
thing is,
side,
we
but-
might see him again because of What If.
multiverse. Yeah, what if and the
Yeah.
multiverse
Well,
stuff
yeah,
too.
yeah.
There's-
There's
anybody
a-
they want back, they.
Because there's a version of him that if he gets out of where he is
Yeah,
right
I
now,
know.
he's gonna fuck
Oh.
up the world
Yeah,
so
exactly.
quick.
Oh,
That was
God.
crazy.
Yeah, that was dope.
Uh.
You know, it took me a while to get into What If, and I almost gave up because I was like, after a while, I was like, yeah, I get it, and I
Yeah,
didn't
yeah,
care.
yeah.
I
But
loved
I'm
it.
glad I stuck to the end because I really liked the finale.
Mhm.
It was a
Bruh,
lot of fun. It was a lot of fun.
crazy.
Very good.
And I actually want Captain Carter. I want her in live action.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
was really
She
cool.
was cool. She
She
was
was
cool.
really
Captain
cool.
Britain.
And
Yeah, Captain
She's
Britain.
not exactly Captain
Well,
Britain.
no,
That's what they
she is-
call
yeah,
her.
yeah,
that's what
yeah,
they call
so
her.
That's what they
yeah.
call
call
her.
her.
But I think Captain Carter is a cooler name.
I think
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
too.
Captain
The
Carter's a
CC,
cool
you know,
name.
yeah.
It was really cool, and I liked the new Natasha Romanoff from the
The
world where
zombie?
they lost the battle. No, the one where she lost the battle to Ultron and he destroyed the world.
Yeah.
And it
Oh,
was
yeah,
just
yeah,
her and
yeah, yeah.
Hawkeye.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And then
right,
Hawkeye.
right.
I like that. I hope they.
It's good.
Because
Yeah.
Kevin Feige, at the time you're watching this, it's probably old news, but he just announced yesterday that they're already back at work with Scarlett Johansson on a new secret project that is
Yeah.
not a Black Widow related project.
Good
that
for
makes
them.
me curious.
So I don't know. I think they're probably gonna
What
do
is
the A Force,
Oh yeah.
which is Black Widow, Valkyrie, and is it Scarlet Witch?
I think it.
No, it's Wasp.
Yeah, Wasp.
Wasp.
I don't
cool.
like.
You don't like her?
I like Evangeline Lilly. I don't care
I don't
about
like
the Wasp.
Yeah,
I
it's not I don't
give
like
a,
her. I just don't give a shit.
I don't
yeah.
give a shit about the
Yeah.
character at all. Like at
Yeah.
That's so
all, at
sad.
all, at all. It's just one of those things.
When
I'm
she
like,
shows up in Endgame, I'm like, alright, she's
okay.
here, whatever.
Yeah.
How
And
did you
it's-
feel about Pepper in an Iron Man suit?
I hate it.
Oh, the
I
Weird,
don't
huh?
like Pepper in a suit.
Weird, huh?
I just don't like
either.
it. I get why, but I don't like it.
You get
Didn't-
that cool shot when they're like back to back, like
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
didn't like it
blasting
in Iron
aliens.
Man 3. Didn't like it now.
Yeah.
I just don't like it. I don't care.
Yeah.
And she's insane.
Like I love her, but it just
love her character.
the only thing that bothers me is that it's like I've never seen you actually get into one of these things. I don't know if you can operate it.
Yeah, this is
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
And all
I'm
of a
just
sudden-
concerned at like the safety
Yeah,
aspect
yeah.
of the
Like,
matter.
it just
I think it's
doesn't-
because they expect you to be like, oh, in the 5-year time jump, she trained.
I don't care. Don't
I mean,
don't care. Don't
at
want it. And
this
I get
point-
it's the big one. It's like the big fight, but still
Yeah.
don't
But
care.
I
Don't
get,
want
I
her
get
there.
why she
Yeah.
had to be there in the fight because
Yeah.
she had to be there for when Tony died. And
For sure, yeah.
Actually, really emotional moment. I love her line when she says, "You can rest now."
You can
Yeah.
rest. Oh my god!
love
I was
that
like,
line. So impactful
Yeah.
because that's all he ever wanted.
Yeah, he
That's
doesn't
all
stop.
he ever wanted.
Yeah,
He
that's all he just
yeah.
wanted to, and that's so.
he can rest knowing that he did what he needed.
That he
to
did
do.
the right
and
thing.
he did the right thing.
Because
He
that's the threat. I hate it when people say Tony Stark is a villain.
no.
I hate it when
he's
people say that.
not.
He's not a villain. He
No.
makes mistakes, but
Yeah.
like the thing with Tony Stark, that's his entire character. He's desperately trying to do the right thing, but he always ends up doing it the wrong way.
Wrong way.
Right.
Yeah,
And-
exactly.
and-
But he
like,
also
he's not-
fixes it though.
And he does
He
everything
also
he can
fixes
to
it.
fix it.
Yeah,
and
and
he
that's
literally was willing to like sacrifice the life that he knew
Yeah,
to,
yeah.
That's
to
it.
fix something.
Yeah.
It's crazy, and
Yeah.
I just think like the way he goes out is just the best. I think it was so impactful. It
Yeah.
worked so well, and it hit me way more than Natasha's death.
Well,
I think we talked about that
Yeah.
before.
we did,
I think
and
so,
then I
yeah.
had the opposite experience because somebody came into my chat and jokingly
Yeah.
said Iron Man's gonna die, and I got so fucking mad. So that when I realized it was actually happening, my brain was just angry.
Oh yeah, that sucks.
But then the moment where she's like, "You can rest now," I'm like, "Ugh," and then I came
Yeah.
around for the funeral, and I was like, "Ugh," but
and Peter trying to tell him, "We won, man!
Yeah.
Like we won, we
Yeah, I
won,
know,
Mr.
we won,
Stark,"
I
and he
know.
can't hear, and it's like, oh man.
I was so pissed off though, like because I feel like they kind of like because Natasha's dead, and I feel like they kind of danced over it a little bit in the movie. And I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
guys,
yeah.
come on, guys. She literally sacrificed her life to like
Yeah.
make this possible.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
I was going into that movie like worried, like, oh man, I know we're gonna lose someone. Who are we gonna lose?
Yeah.
And then it's like we lost 3 people. Like no,
No.
Yeah,
not the original.
honestly, I really thought Cap was gonna eat it too.
Mm-hmm.
I was honestly I was scared between Iron Man and Cap.
I thought it was
and then
gonna
we
be
lost both of them.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be both.
And
but
it's essentially both. It's functionally both.
Yeah,
Technically,
exactly.
yeah,
Essentially,
yeah.
You're not
Yeah.
gonna say.
I'm pretty
Old
certain
man
that Cap is gonna come back.
Yeah,
at some
we'll
point.
As
see.
an old
They
man?
give him the option.
Not as an
no,
old man.
they'll find a
just
way to
think,
bring him back.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Chris
Alright.
Evans is gonna come
Yeah,
back. at
Chris,
some
he'll
point.
be back. Yeah.
Oh,
I
so-
hope so.
But yeah, love that.
I need America's ass.
Yeah, I love that.
I
line.
love that pause where
I
he's just
love
looking.
that.
He's like,
That
Yeah,
is
really is
Amer-
America's
that is Amer-
ass.
that is America's ass.
No, me,
yeah.
my favorite line that he has in this movie is when he's fighting himself.
Yeah.
He's like, I can do this all day. Yeah, I know.
Jesus.
That's so
That's
good.
my thing.
That's his line. I
Yeah.
do like that. That's kind of his catchphase.
Yeah, he literally
Yeah.
says it all the
day.
time.
Yeah.
So good.
And number 1, of course, is Amanda's favorite movie, Avatar, with a total gross of $2.8 billion. Just give me 1 million. You can keep the rest.
Yeah, I know, right?
Let's call it even.
Yeah, let's call it even $2.8 billion.
I hate it.
I don't think it deserves to be.
It doesn't
As
at
much as
all.
I like the movie,
I loved it.
as much as I like the movie, I don't think
It doesn't
deserves
deserve to be the highest grossing. It's,
Yeah.
in my opinion, devoid of creativity other than visual creativity.
Yeah.
Fair. It's
Yeah.
fair.
It does nothing for me at all. And it just pisses me off. Like,
Wow, I wish I saw your point of view. Like I would.
I need to watch
this
it again.
movie
and
is literally a movie that like I would choose to listen to rather than listening to music. Like I downloaded the movie onto my phone and I would listen to it instead of just listening to
The
music.
soundtrack is fire, though.
Not the soundtrack. Listen to the movie.
Oh, okay.
I would be able to watch the movie in my head.
I used to do
while
that.
listening to it.
I used to listen to movies all the time, like at work. So, but
Yeah.
that would never
Yeah.
be the movie I would choose. I hate it. I just don't like it. I think it's one of those things that I wouldn't feel so strongly if it wasn't making if it didn't make so much money, if it
Yeah.
wasn't such a cultural thing at the time.
Right.
It's like the whole combination that made it that next level where I was like, this sucks ass. Like, I remember I got out of the movie at the time. My girlfriend was like, oh, that was pretty good, and I was like, I hated that. And then I started pointing things out, and she's like, oh, I guess those are good points, and I'm like, you can like it, but like
Yeah,
not
no.
today, Satan.
I really need to rewatch it because it's
Me
been a
too.
long time, and
I haven't watched it
I
since
don't know
then.
how I'm gonna feel about it now because I haven't watched it in years. But anyways, I'm gonna rewatch it when they finally decide to give a proper release. The sequel is at a point where I'm just like, I'll believe it when a trailer comes out.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
It's like, which is how I think about any DC project they announce.
Well, the last thing I read was I think the second one is like done being filmed. It's all in
They
post-production
filmed
now.
2 and 3, but I don't
Yeah.
know how far they are in post production because the
Yeah.
post production of those movies takes
Must
for
be,
fucking ever.
Must be another 5 years.
But yeah, and you know James Cameron is always developing new technologies and shit. Like so,
That's it,
I
yeah.
wouldn't
So
even be
annoying.
surprised if they push it to 2025.
Ugh,
Yeah.
thank
Right.
God. I just
Yeah.
need some reprieve. I just need more. I need more time.
But honestly, it's been so long.
it came
There-
out like 2009. No,
I know. I
Yeah.
need more time.
Yeah.
More
I
time.
still
2009.
need more time.
20 years.
But
Like
I
I
think,
said,
like-
I wanted to be dead before the next one came out.
but I don't know if people are gonna be as interested. It's been way too long.
It's been way too long.
It's been way
Oh,
too. Like
I'm
honestly,
interested.
their first teaser has to be bonkers for people to really be like, okay, we're
Mm-hmm.
down. Because if they release a teaser that's just kind of ass,
Yeah, if it's a half, forget it.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's just
You really
it's just
gotta
not
wow
gonna
me,
work.
but yeah, I'm down. Well, apparently in the second one, it's like an underwater tribe or something.
Yeah, like I'm interested. And
Yeah,
honestly,
yeah.
if it doesn't suck, if it's a more unique story, if it's something
Yeah.
different, I'm not willing. I'm not going to be like, fuck it, it's Avatar. If it's good,
Yeah.
my issue is I just did not like the story that Avatar told, the way it told it, and then when it ended, it just got so fucking stupid. Like, oh, they won, they got all the unobtainium. Why are they going? Why are they going back? Why did this villain just become a cartoon character, basically? What is happening? I'm like, this is so fucking stupid.
Yeah, it was a bit overly dramatized in some places, I guess. Yeah.
It hit me at the
I love
perfect
your
time in my
hatred for
life.
this movie.
It's just one of those things. It hit the threshold. It's the threshold movie.
Tapping into the dark side when
Pretty
talking
much.
about
It's
it.
literally like,
So funny.
yeah.
Whenever we talk about Avatar, it's Amanda the Sith.
Yeah, exactly. It is. Yeah.
Oh my god. Iron Man 3 is number 20 on the list. 1.2 billion.
That's
I
not
did not
surprising.
like that
Yeah.
movie.
I didn't like it either.
Yeah.
I like the display of his like increased like PTSD.
That's a really
That-
interesting because
that
in the
aspect is
comics
interesting.
he becomes an alcoholic.
Yeah.
And they decided to replace that with PTSD in this
Which
one, and it works really
Works
well.
really well.
Yeah.
And then like there's little things over the course of the series, like he gets an injury in one movie and comments that his like left arm's been clicking or something like that, and then you notice throughout the rest he's constantly doing things like this.
Yeah,
With his
in
hand.
Spider-Man Homecoming.
Yeah, and
he's
it's just
always
like
touching his
it's like little things like that you can tell that these like physical injuries are also still there, and like,
catching up to
yeah,
him as
catching
well,
up and
his
stuff. Yeah,
battles.
so like there's stuff like that I thought his character's always handled really well. It's just that movie wasn't good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was more of a Shane Black movie than a Marvel
I
movie.
hated it.
He really can put his spin on it, and I didn't like the millions of iron suits.
I know, I hated it. It's
flying
so
around
dumb.
and fighting. I was like, he's the guy.
And the
He's
Mandarin bait and switch was just dumb.
Yeah.
it's
that
so
pissed me off the
dumb.
most.
Shang-Chi kind of
I know, they
closes that
come,
well.
Shang-Chi fixed
they
that
come
all.
back
I like
and they're
how
like, let's
he's
just
literally,
commit.
He's literally apologizing to the audience.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, literally
just
like-
like, I realize now that it was a bit insensitive. I'm
Yeah,
sorry. It's so good.
I love how they just kept him around like a little bitch boy. Like,
Yeah.
here's
Yeah.
my theater man. Just
But
He's
that's
like,
what
make
Wang
me
would
laugh,
have
man.
done.
Don't weep. I'm pretending to be dead.
It's all a
All right,
performance.
mate. It's okay.
Yeah,
It's so
yeah,
good.
exactly.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Oh, it's good.
Shang-Chi's the shit.
I like that
I
movie.
really
I
fucking
really
like
like
that movie.
Shang-Chi.
I like that
She's the
movie
shit.
way more than I thought I would.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
Same. And I have a soft spot for Aquafina as well, though.
Okay.
Yeah, have you ever seen
I,
the
never,
movie?
I liked her.
I never liked her in too many things, but like she's really, I don't know, she works. She just
She
has
does.
a vibe to
Watch
her.
The Farewell if you haven't seen it.
Oh, there's the
The
movie with the
Farewell.
family.
With the
she-
family.
yeah.
It's basically like she moved out of China when she was like 6 with her family. And then her grandmother is dying. And I guess there's this thing in areas of China where if somebody is like dying in a way that they don't think there's anything they can do and you're older, like they don't burden you with it. They tell your family.
Oh yeah.
So everybody's coming under the guise of this wedding, but it's really just to see the grandmother one last time. So it sounds
Oh,
miserable,
yeah,
but it's
yeah.
actually so heartwarming and funny and
Yeah.
good. So then there's the whole issue of like the cultural divide of her being raised in America, being like, this is sick.
Yeah,
I
okay.
can't look her in the eye right now. And they're
Yeah.
like, what good will it do her to know that she's dying?
Yeah.
Type thing.
Okay,
Right
yeah,
now,
yeah, yeah.
until it gets to a point where she maybe needs to be in the hospital or something's happened. Like, what good does it do? But in your mind, it's like, no, this is wrong.
Yeah.
So there's this whole divide there, but it's like so beautiful. It's such a good movie.
Okay, I really
The
want to
Farewell.
watch
Yeah,
it.
you
I'll
should.
check
You
it
It's
out.
really
sold
good.
it well. You sold it
Thank
well.
you. Yeah,
Yeah.
so good. Yeah,
Very
so the
nice.
Farewell.
I
Yeah.
want it.
So it's like half English, half Chinese.
Okay.
Oh, that's cool.
Mandarin,
Yeah,
I guess.
doesn't
Yeah.
bother me.
Yeah.
Oh, Skyfall is in the $1 billion club.
That's not surprising, actually.
Okay.
I remember
Skyfall,
because Skyfall was like such a return. Like James Bond had taken such a long break. Not really because there was Casino Royale. I don't know. I just remember Skyfall being a very big deal because I never really watched many James Bonds
I
movies.
don't like the James Bond movies.
Yeah.
The only one I genuinely Casino Royale is insane.
Same, yeah,
Really
same.
good.
Insane, but it's the
Yeah.
only one that I really love. And then
Yeah.
after that, they did Quantum of Solace.
I didn't watch
which
that
was a
one.
victim of the
The
The writer's
writers,
strike?
the writer's strike.
yeah.
So they were kind of making up the movie as they were
Yeah,
shooting it, and
exactly.
it just did not end up well.
But
And the
then
movie
Skyfall
sucked.
was good, so I don't know if it was like I think it's all.
But that's what it is with James Bond movies. One is good,
Good, and then-
the next one sucks, and
Yeah.
the one is good.
But
Because
I-
after Skyfall, it was Spectre, and Spectre
Yeah, I know.
sucked
But I
ass.
still just remember it was like the marketing behind Skyfall was huge because I even ended up going to see it, even though.
Yeah,
and I-
Skyfall
Yeah.
was.
But
was
I also
a
think,
big
and
deal when it
it's
came out.
interesting. I think it might have also been because Adele did the theme song,
theme
and
song
Adele
also.
was
Yeah,
such,
yeah.
such a big deal that
Yeah.
there was a lot of hype around listening to the song.
Yeah.
So then that's constantly you're listening to the song, then you're thinking, oh, the movie's coming out,
Yeah.
so you go see the movie. So
Yeah,
and
yeah,
the movie
yeah.
was good. So like I remember
The movie
that
was.
one.
I think it's the only other one that I like because I grew up during the Pierce Brosnan era.
Yeah.
obviously,
same.
and GoldenEye is more known now for the game than for the movie itself.
yeah, it
Yeah, so
absolutely
which I
is. It
think is funny.
absolutely
Yeah.
is.
But as a kid, I loved Die Another Day.
okay.
Same.
I rewatched it as an adult. That movie is fucking stupid.
Is that the one with
Jesus.
Halle Berry?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's probably the dumbest, the worst of the James Bond movies. But as a
Yeah.
kid, I was like, "Wow, this car is fucking."
Yeah, I kind of miss being a kid sometimes because like the stuff that you appreciate.
Yeah, for
You
sure,
know?
Just the
for
sense
sure,
of
yeah.
wonder.
Yeah, and that's why
Yeah.
sometimes I just won't go back. I just
Yeah,
unless
I know,
can,
you're too scared.
Unless I can see consistent high reviews across the board from like critics and adults and audiences, then I'll go back. But if it's like if everybody hated it and my kid self liked it, I'm like, maybe we leave you in the corner.
I'll leave
Yeah.
that little a
Yeah.
little bit for myself.
Toy
Yeah.
Story 4 is in the $1 billion club.
Yes, I knew that.
Fuck.
Oh, wow.
Which, yeah, I was just like,
What
Come
the
on,
hell,
man.
Damn.
Joker's in the $1 billion club.
yeah, I knew
Yeah,
that.
that's for
I knew
sure.
that.
Rise of Skywalker is in the $1 billion club. We don't talk about Rise of Skywalker.
We don't.
Let's talk about Rise of Skywalker. I'm kidding. I don't.
It's so
Unpopular
bad,
opinion. I
it's-
like that one better than the
Last Jedi?
Last
Get
Jedi.
out.
Yeah.
What?
Get out.
I kind of liked it.
Get out.
Dude.
It's disgusting. It is
You're
a
Okay, no, no.
fucking
fired
vile
from the
movie.
podcast.
You're
No.
fired.
Okay, wait. So this is basically what it was. I was afraid to watch it, so I didn't watch it until like maybe easily like probably like 6 months ago. Like it was during the pandemic.
Right.
Right.
Where
Okay,
I was
okay,
like,
okay.
okay, you know what? It's been a while. People have already like talked shit about it and everything. Like, let's just see what the fuss is about. I
Okay.
watched it and I was like, okay, it's not that bad.
Yes, it is.
It is.
It absolutely is. I'm
It
sorry.
is.
I'm glad that you found something,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but it's
Honestly,
holy shit. It's ass.
It's the first Star Wars movie that made me feel nothing.
yeah.
I
Okay.
came out of it
Yeah.
feeling completely empty.
I was kind of confused. I was like, did people like this? This was
Yeah.
not good.
There's one thing that I like about it, and that's the visuals of when Rey faces Palpatine, and it's
Yeah.
like this big cave where
Oh,
like
yeah.
Yeah,
things,
that's
the lights
good.
are flashing, and
Yeah.
like he says things, and you just hear all the Sith like saying
Mm-hmm.
things in unison.
Yeah.
That's cool, but that's the only thing about it.
Yeah,
that-
because otherwise it's devoid of emotion. It's devoid of like thematic consistency. It's
Yeah.
devoid of like actual genuine desire to make something
Yeah,
that's good.
yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
they had a list of every complaint that anybody had across the last two movies, and they
'Cause
were
it
like,
was
we're
rushed.
going to
Yeah.
check off every complaint.
Yeah.
But all the complaints conflicted with one another.
yeah.
So
yeah.
like,
it just didn't work. Like,
doesn't work.
And like to me, it's
that's
like
fair.
here's the thing. I get that a big point of contention for this whole trilogy was to remystify the Force.
Right.
Okay, I get it, and I like that because we all know that the midi-chlorians, whatever,
Whatever.
whatever. But the second you tell me that you can now use the Force to bring people back to life, you're losing me.
yeah,
Yeah,
you're
no.
losing me.
You are losing me
You
completely.
lost me.
That's just so stupid. And like this movie has so many fake out deaths. It's like Chewbacca blew up.
Yeah.
Psych!
Yeah, I was
That's
like,
true.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
so dumb. Yeah, it's
like
true,
he
I forgot
blew
about
up
that.
Psych, and then you're like, oh, Kylo just got stabbed by a lightsaber. He's dead. Psych, and then and then he
Does
falls
die.
from the fucking cave, and then you're like, oh, he's dead. Psych. He just climbs up, and then it's just
Yeah.
like, oh my god, fuck redeeming Kylo Ren. Hate it. Will always hate it. It's just like, oh man, like Luke is just a glorified cameo in this.
Yeah.
They built up this whole thing in Last Jedi where it's like, if you strike me in anger, I'm going to haunt you forever. And he strikes him in anger. And then you just don't see him.
yeah, I really wanted to be like, hey,
Yeah.
Yeah.
hey,
Hey, bro.
Imagine.
Hey, bro.
hey, son of a bitch.
Hey, bro. I told you.
God
man.
damn. That's what I mean. There's no
He just like turns the corner. You have like
Yeah,
Spirit Luke
yeah.
there
yeah,
pissing him
but
off.
it's just like anything that was in Last Jedi, they tried to retcon. Like they literally have the scene of Kylo Ren like painfully just putting his fucking helmet back together, and I'm like, you couldn't just
Yeah.
let one thing stay. Like,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
The spy storyline was so stupid, especially when Hux just walks into frame and announces himself like, I'm the spy.
Well, it's the same thing. Like somehow Palpatine has returned,
Oh,
and like
yeah.
the actors
My
know that things are
fucking
saying are stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think the guy who plays Hux, Donald Gleason,
Yeah.
who I love, he plays Bill
Yeah,
Bill
he's very
Weasley.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's really good. He's he was like, I didn't even know what the first name of my character was. Like he found out because people told him on social media. And I'm like, how little of a you wouldn't think you should give them like a story about their character, something they can latch onto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Hux is a terrible character.
Yeah,
in the
he
first
sucks.
episode, he's just like a pseudo Hitler who's always like yelling and shit.
Yeah.
And then in the Last Jedi, he's just a joke.
Yeah.
Every time he's on screen, he's getting like ridiculed and like he's
Yep.
just. And in that last movie, he just gets axed in the middle of it, and there's this other character that takes over for him. That's played by Richard E. Grant, I think.
I think so. Yeah. I think
And
so.
he's just not. Oh my god, this movie is just like. I don't get it.
They were fed up of it. They're just like, you know what? Let's just
Dude,
release this,
yeah,
get it
dude.
over with. And
Dude, in the theater, okay, as we were watching the movie in the theater, and keep in mind this was opening weekend when all the fans are in. People, you could hear people sigh during
Yeah.
the lightsaber
Yeah.
fights.
I saw it opening night, and the guy next to me was like,
yeah.
but I was like, I think the general audience here is on board, because there's the scene, it cuts, it's like Rey looks and it cuts, and it's like the big dun audio thing, and it's just Kylo standing in the white room. I was just like, I just like, big laugh, like,
yeah.
And then I was just like, guys, that was hilarious.
Yeah. Oh, and there's the thing in the trailer that they did with the evil Rey, and Eve. Immediately, everyone was like, "Oh, this is just gonna be a vision." They
Of
don't.
course it was.
They will never have the balls.
No.
Yeah,
They will
and
never have the
you could
balls.
even tell it was so like ethereal, and just the way the lightsaber dropped down like that, I was like, it's fake.
Yeah,
It's so fake.
It's just
You could
like,
tell it was a vision. Like it was hazy. Like
I hated it. I
hate it.
wish they would have had the balls to turn her to the dark side.
I know.
Really show like the struggle and her not being able, because like Anakin chose to because he truly believed that was his only way to save Padme.
yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Yeah.
But I would have loved to see her struggle and just not being able to retain the light.
Exactly,
That
because that's
would've
what I
been
always
so
felt. She was
cool.
such a naturally good person, but she's just filled with all this darkness.
Yeah.
And then eventually just getting the force powers, like starting to actually be able to do that kind of stuff, just starts naturally corrupting her in a way that she can't control.
That would have been amazing.
So good.
That would have been amazing, but no, she had to.
Which
be the
would
point-
explain her like natural aptitude for it.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
exactly.
Starts
yeah.
off with just really good right out the gate. You know?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
even like Luke in Return of the Jedi, when he fights Vader and he beats him, he's actually considering killing him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he is.
Like he's
Yeah.
looking at
like-
himself. He's actually considering. He can feel like the pull of the dark, and
Yeah.
like you have you have the Emperor being like strike,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and like, and like yeah,
Yeah.
wait, and like they're. You know, he's actually considering doing it for a moment, and he has to really think about it and go, I will not strike you down because I'm a Jedi, like my
Yeah.
father before me, and like this whole thing. And like, I just hate that there's no real conflict in Rey for
Yeah,
the
no.
amount, because the Force is so strong with her that
Yeah.
you think that like there would be something that like she has one scene where she's curious and she has that weird vision
Yeah.
of the cave and she goes, and then Luke is like, no, but that's
Yeah.
it.
Like the close, and
Yeah.
then accidentally blowing up the ship. Like that's the other thing she
With-
does.
Yeah.
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 But then commit to it.
Yeah.
But there's no time. There's no time.
I
There's
hate
just
that
no
she's
time.
a Palpatine. I hate it
It's
so
so
fucking much.
fucking stupid.
I
It's so
hate
fucking
that she's a
stupid.
Palpatine.
Oh,
I hate
stop
it.
bringing people back. Stop bringing.
hate
Stop
it.
it. Stop it.
Seriously.
I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
I gave you the pass on Maul after he was being cut in fucking half.
Yeah.
But like, come on. Oh,
At least they brought back Maul with the crazy ass storyline
yeah,
that
exactly.
was worth
Yeah,
it.
that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. That's
But-
why I forgive you, because at first I was like, no,
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
no.
But his storyline ends up being very compelling.
Exactly.
And like, have you seen Clone Wars season 7?
No, I haven't watched season 7 actually.
Dude, like his entire storyline is really good. It's like essentially him having to go through Order 66, but he doesn't have his lightsaber.
Oh.
And he's metal as shit. Like he's
Oh.
breaking people, and it's really, really, really,
Yeah.
really cool.
Love it.
Okay.
And he fights Ahsoka.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
They meet, I think, for the first time, and they go at it, and that fight is crazy. It's one of the best animated fights.
Yeah.
That's like the last
Ever.
season though. Like that's the one that just came out like 2 years
Yeah,
ago.
yeah, that's
yeah.
that's the
Okay.
final season that they wanted to close it because the show had been canceled before,
Right.
so
Yeah.
they never
Yeah.
got to finish.
Yeah.
Right.
And it felt weirdly good. There's 3 arcs. The
Okay.
first 2 are completely useless. Like you can just watch the last 4 episodes. That's the only arc that matters.
Okay. Cool.
And it's basically you follow Ahsoka as Order 66 happens.
Yeah.
And it's
So good.
Yeah, it is. It's really good. It's really, really good. And Maul. But stop bringing it back now. We're done.
Yeah, we're done.
with
We're done.
Maul.
Oh
We're
yeah,
done
no.
with
At
Maul.
this point, if we're gonna do anything Star Wars, I
Yeah.
want it either 200 years in the future or 200 years in the past.
Yeah,
Something
yeah,
like
yeah.
Even,
completely.
I want future.
Yeah,
I want
1,000
future.
years,
I want
whatever.
future because I know if they do past, they're still gonna connect shit. If you
I
take
feel like
it
you can do Darth
1,000
Bane.
years,
You can do Darth Bane and not connect anything because that's so far back.
Wait, hold
Yeah.
on. Help me with the timeline. Darth Bane is Old Republic.
Darth Bane is like slightly past Old Republic because Darth Bane is when there's actually like a war between the Sith and the Jedi. Like there are so many.
Oh,
of
and
both.
Darth Bane starts the rule of 2, right?
Yeah, he starts the rule of
exactly,
2.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
he realizes that the Sith are too power hungry to work
They're
together.
too power
That's
hungry;
it.
they
Yeah.
can't work
Can't be
together. And
trusted.
it defeats the old ways. He brings it back to the old ways of the Sith, which
Oh, right,
because he
right,
finds
right,
a
right,
holocron
yeah.
and he's all like, "This is fucked. We're not supposed to be this way. There's always supposed to be 2: one to have the power, one to crave it."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that'd be
good.
cool.
It's good shit.
That would be cool.
Yeah, yeah.
That would be cool. And they started this comic line called the High Republic.
Oh yeah. I
And
haven't
apparently
read
it's
it.
just not doing well. Nobody really cares because they made it a big deal because they thought people would really like it.
Yeah.
And then it came out and just silence. No one cares. And I'm just
That's
like,
hard.
maybe
That's unfortunate.
that could be an interesting movie because it takes
Yeah.
place a long time ago
Exactly.
in a galaxy far, far away.
Yeah.
But but like it takes place way before like the timelines we've known. I just get out of the Skywalker
more Skywalkers.
era.
Yeah,
Like
more
get out of
Skywalkers.
that. Get out of that.
Yeah.
It's just there's so much like there's so much world building that already took
Yeah,
place.
exactly.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
you don't
yeah.
want to like just I don't know like
They're just at this point they just keep ruining the legacy. Like the
Yeah.
longer it goes, and they're just
yeah,
ruining
yeah,
things.
because
Like
it's the same reason why Terminator doesn't work. You keep trying to
Yeah.
recapture the magic of a thing that we've
Yeah.
already seen anyways.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like
And it's
the
not gonna
the
work.
Alien sequels that came out recently like aren't necessarily great, but at least they tried doing something with
Yeah,
them to
they're
keep them
different.
fresh. Like Prometheus and
Yeah.
stuff. At least it's
That's
different.
it.
It's fresh. It's like
different,
you know,
yeah.
it's something.
I hated
Yeah.
Alien Covenant, but
Yeah, not a fan of Alien Covenant,
It
but
was
like
whatever.
you know, I appreciate at least what they went for versus like what they've been trying to do with
Absolutely. Yeah.
Terminator and what they've
Absolutely.
been trying to do with Star
they're
Wars.
not giving us the same old first aliens or whatever.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
in the spaceship and there's
you
one.
want to know
alien.
what's fucked up?
What?
The Tim Burton Alice in Wonderland is in the $1 billion club.
Huh. That is actually
Okay.
very
That
surprising
is
to me.
super odd.
Yeah, the wash was the I can't remember her name right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember her name
Wha-
either. There's a goddamn Anne Hathaway's in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like the
I
Yeah.
do not
whatever.
like those.
Oh yeah, no.
movies.
Yeah, sorry, I'm thinking of a different one.
It's with Johnny Depp as the Mad Hatter.
Exactly.
Yeah,
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 That's the
yeah,
one.
that
That's the
one.
one.
Yeah.
That's the one. Did not like it.
It's
fine.
whatever. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was
It's an
enough.
okay movie. Yeah,
was
it's
okay.
an okay
It's
movie.
okay.
It's just like
Is the first one or
this-
the second one?
the first one. The
Okay.
sequel was.
Yeah,
Oh,
I don't even.
I
I didn't actually
could
know there
not.
was one.
The sequel.
Oh,
Oh, wow!
yeah,
you
yeah.
didn't
I
know?
didn't know there
was a
There's-
sequel.
There's a sequel, and
Yeah.
it's Alice Through the Looking Glass.
Oh,
That's what it is.
Yeah,
Through
yeah,
Looking
I
Glass.
so
see.
they
Looking
made
Glass.
Alice Through the Looking Glass with Tim Burton.
Yeah.
I don't think he directed it.
Okay,
he
but
might
still
have
that-
produced
that
it. Yeah, but it's
universe?
it's a
Okay.
sequel
It's
of
the
I
same
did not
style,
know
though.
that. Okay,
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
weird.
and it's
Huh.
not. Phantom Menace is in the $1 billion club.
Yeah, baby. Let's go.
Zootopia is in the $1 billion club.
Okay,
Zootopia
that-
was fun as
yeah,
shit,
Zootopia
man.
Zootopia
was
is
good.
fun.
Zootopia
Yo, the
was fun as
sloths are
shit.
the best, bro.
Yeah, I've only seen it
Yeah.
once, but like it was fun as hell. Like
Yeah.
I really remember
Yeah.
liking that movie.
One of my friends made an animated project called like Return to Zootopia. It's on his YouTube channel and it's like really good because he does his own
it's
animations.
like a
Oh,
self-made
cool.
sequel.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, he's so
Nice.
good. He
That's
does all these
excellent.
creative little projects. Brown Table. If you look up Brown Table.
Oh, Brown Table.
Table.
Yeah,
Brown Table.
okay.
So yeah,
Oh,
he's got.
He made
so
that?
yeah, outside of all the superhero stuff that he has mostly right now,
Yeah.
like he got big with that Return to Zootopia thing.
Oh wow, I'd
Cute.
never heard of it. I
Yeah.
definitely need to watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check it out.
Definitely. You know what I wish they would do? I wish they would re-release the Harry Potter movies in theaters. I would IMAX that shit so hard.
I believe it.
Yeah, I do believe it too.
Dude, that would be so fucking man.
Ugh.
Just like that final battle in the last one. Oh man.
Meh.
Because like I love that final fight because I love that Harry in terms of raw power
Yeah.
never gets to the level of Voldemort.
No, and he
Yeah.
doesn't need to.
Yeah,
like, and that's
exactly.
the best part. It's just him, having, it's just
It's
what
his
they are.
existence.
Yeah,
Well, it's
exactly.
his existence. It's this weird connection that they've had instilled in them because of the choices that Voldemort made.
Yeah, yeah,
and if
yeah,
Voldemort
exactly.
hadn't made those choices, this wouldn't be the situation he's in.
That's
And
so
Harry's
crazy.
just like doing what he can, and that's.
But
you know?
I love
Yeah.
it. I love it that here Voldemort is a villain that you can't just beat like this because like it's like if it comes down to a fight with Harry and Voldemort, Harry loses. Dude, in their
Yeah.
final fight, Voldemort is dominating him so hard
Yeah.
that at one point he just stops using his wand. He
Yeah.
just starts slapping Harry around
Yeah,
and he kicks
exactly.
him and shit. It's like
Yeah.
because it's so easy.
Yeah.
It's so easy, but
Yeah.
then he just can't. He just gets frustrated because it's like I
It's
can
the
beat
wand-
you easily, but I can't
you can't-
kill you.
you
Why
can't-
can't
Yeah.
kill
yeah,
you?
because of it's the wand. Like
Yeah.
your carelessness in a situation has resulted in me.
yeah,
your
yeah,
fundamental misunderstanding of what defeating someone is.
Yeah, yeah.
You
I love that
Ugh,
he beat him on a
it's good.
technicality.
Yeah,
Because Malfoy.
because Malfoy, he lost his wand, and that's all it took.
Yeah,
like it's
that rule of when you disarm a wizard, the wand becomes loyal to you, is a rule that is very flaky.
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
But it was crucial for that story.
I think
but
it's
like, yeah.
only with that wand, though. I think it's only with
Oh,
that
it might
wand.
be that. Yeah, it
Oh,
might
yeah,
be
with the
that.
I'm
rat-
pretty sure it
yeah,
is
the
only
rat
that
wand or
one
whatever.
because
Might be that.
otherwise, they wouldn't have run into so many issues with like wizards taking other people's wands and to pretend that it's not them not working as well. 'Cause
Yeah,
that was
yeah,
happening
yeah.
over the years. So I think
Okay.
it's really just it's because that's a magic wand.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
know? Yeah, exactly.
Super
like,
Saiyan
yeah, that
wand.
was like a death wish wand. So there, it would make sense that the rules there would be a little bit different.
Yeah, makes
Okay,
sense.
makes
Makes
sense,
sense.
makes sense.
And I
That's
think
true.
is like the thing with the Deathly Hallows. I would love a movie about the tale of the three brothers.
Yeah,
because
that'd be fun.
Or like a show, even.
or like a
Yeah.
show, yeah. Because
Yeah.
what's basically explained is that it's not exactly the way it went in the tale, but it is based on 3 brothers.
Yeah.
And Harry is by definition a descendant of those brothers.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
cool.
Yeah.
there is
Mm-hmm.
then there's someone who talked about the idea that Voldemort might be one of the descendants as well, which would make Harry and Voldemort related by generations.
Okay, that's
Okay.
interesting because I know that Harry's a descendant of the one who chose wisely and got the invisibility cloak.
Exactly,
and
yeah,
that's
'cause
why
it's
it's
been
in his
passed down
family.
from
That's why it was
generation
in
to
his
generation.
family.
Yeah.
And it
okay.
would kind of potentially make sense that Voldemort would be a descendant of whoever asked for the Elder Wand.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
something
Just
like that.
greed.
Yeah, just straight up greed. Yeah.
And man, the resurrection stone is such a fucked up item.
It is such a fucked up item
Jesus.
because it's like it's such a selfish, selfless request
Yeah,
to want to be
exactly,
able to
yeah.
see your loved ones again, but
Yeah.
then
They're not
the
happy
dark
because they're
f-
just
they're
stuck
stuck
between the 2 realms.
the 2 realms and miserable and
Awful.
not really themselves.
Awful.
Ugh,
Yeah.
so good.
I really love the twist that it was hidden in the snitch.
Yeah,
I really like that for some
I
reason.
know,
In the
of
book,
all
it
the
plays
things-
out so well
it does.
because in the I think in the movie he doesn't say the line.
Yeah, he doesn't
He
say
just
the line.
it just opens up. But
Yeah,
because
I'm ready to die.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm ready to die, or I think I'm about to die, or
Yeah,
something like that. Yeah,
I feel like it's ready. It's something like
yeah.
not
I think
just,
I'm ready to die.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think I'm ready to die,
And
or maybe it's yeah.
such
Wait,
a
this is for the stone?
yeah, for
Yeah,
it to get this one because
'cause it
here
was
it's in the
hidden.
golden snitch that
The
he caught with his
first golden
mouth.
snitch that he caught at Hogwarts is what it was hidden inside.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, if for some reason I just remember him kind of like going into his pocket and it was there. Maybe I'm crazy.
In the
In the
In
first
the
one?
movie? No,
No,
He
no.
opens it, and the snitch opens up and reveals the
yeah,
okay.
stone.
exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no, you're thinking about the Philosopher's Stone.
That's what I'm thinking about.
No,
Yeah,
no, the
we're talking the
Resurrection
Resurrection
Stone.
Stone.
One
We're
of the
talking
Deathly
Resurrection
Hallows.
Stone.
Okay, see, I thought they were the same stone.
They are not.
Oh, they're
remotely
not,
the
they're
same.
not, they're not.
One,
The Philosopher's
one gives
Stone-
you eternal life, and one can bring you back from the, or bring your
Yeah.
loved ones back from the dead.
Exactly.
And then the-
Philosopher's
yeah.
Stone was made by my brother Nicholas Flamel.
Yeah, Nicholas Flamel,
Who shows up out of
philosopher,
nowhere.
not sorcerer. Americans.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's so stupid. Sorcerer is never pronounced in the entire franchise, whether
Never,
it's
it's
the
never
books
said.
or the movies. No one ever says the
It's
word
never
sorcerer.
said. I do just feel bad for you Americans because it's not your fault. Scholastic thought you'd be too stupid, so that's literally
Yeah.
the reason why.
That's so deep.
They,
Because America needs
they
to just
really
make
thought
every
you guys would be-
decision for
They were
you.
like, you're too stupid to understand British slang.
Yeah, you can't
And-
say
Wow.
philosopher.
Philosopher.
Philosopher's
That was
Stone.
more just like they won't know what a philosopher is, and then like taking out things like bloody hell and like different things like that. It's
Bloody
like, guys,
hell.
come on,
That is
like
so
they'll
stupid.
get the
Yeah,
gist.
come
I
on.
hate it so much.
Yeah.
It's so stupid.
Yeah,
Not even
Okay,
giving
so
them a
wait,
chance.
which one is your ultimate favorite Harry Potter?
I struggle picking. When I was a kid growing up, the third book was my favorite. I always thought that was so cool with like
Yeah.
the Marauder stuff. So
Yeah.
like I always have a soft spot for that one. But then after a while,
In terms of movies, when I was a kid, surprisingly enough, my favorite was Goblet of Fire.
okay,
And
Okay.
then I grew up and I'm like, I don't like it as much. And
Yeah.
also, the book is really fucking messy.
it is. It's it's one of the messier ones. But I
Yeah,
still
it's
like
really
it.
messy. But do you know why? Because she essentially, J.K. Rowling was writing the fourth book, and she realized halfway through writing it that she wrote a massive plot hole that was kind of messing with the story. So she started the book from scratch. And I think she revealed in interviews that we were supposed to meet like other characters that ended up never being in the story because of that. There was like
okay.
another Weasley that was supposed to come in
Oh.
and stuff like that. Like really interesting stuff. But
Oh, because that makes sense. Because that not. No, never mind. Either way, keep going.
yeah, but that's why essentially the fourth book is I think is messy
I have to
because
read it
I
again,
tried to
yeah.
read it again and I did not enjoy reading it again.
Huh. I like them all.
It was weird, but the sixth book I think is the one I read the most.
I think so too. I actually like. I think the sixth book might be one of the best, at least. I
Yeah,
think
it's one of the
really good.
best. I think the movie adaptation is the one people like the least.
Yeah, because David Yates did something stupid. He was like, "Oh no, it's like it's gotta be." Because again, Daniel Radcliffe literally said, "Isn't this all a little bit silly? Because it's turning into a teen rom com."
Yeah, yeah.
He's
Yeah.
like, "No, this is like the last one that things can be light, Daniel. We have to keep it light."
That's stupid.
And it's just stupid because
the
you
sixth
get-
book is dark as
Yeah,
shit.
so then you get harsh tonal shifts. So you get like 1-1, and then it's
hate
just
her. I
like
hate her so
dead
much.
body,
yeah.
dead body, and it's
Yeah.
like, excuse me, like.
Yeah, it's very tonally weird. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. You're gonna have a scene with like Hermione crying over Ron,
Yeah,
and
and,
it
like,
cuts
all
to
these, like,
Malfoy
dating
having an
stuff.
existential crisis.
Yeah, and then like randomly throwing in like, you know, that girl from the beginning is like, you'll tell me all about that tosser Harry Potter. And it's like, guys,
Yeah.
just let it be Harry Potter. We have enough teenage romances. I don't
Yeah.
need this here.
It's not. It's
You
not.
can have the Lavender storyline because that does happen, and you can have Hermione
Yeah.
being upset about it, but you don't have to have it be this like whole fucking
Yeah, thing that takes over,
sitcom
though.
rom-com thing that's like,
I just think that like here's the thing. My secret is I actually like this movie a lot.
I do now.
While recognizing that it is a terrible adaptation of
It's
the
a
book.
terrible
It's
adaptation.
because the book actually goes way deeper into why Voldemort is the way he is.
That's what I mean. So I
Okay.
weep
Okay.
knowing that there's stuff that was left out so that we could make room for shit that didn't need to be there,
Yeah,
that wasn't
yeah,
in the
you're
book.
right, you're right.
I wish they'd at least shot all the Voldemort scenes and had them as like,
Dude, that
like
scene
add-ons.
where he goes to, there's a flashback in the book where he goes to Dumbledore to ask him to be the professor for Defense Against the Dark Arts.
Okay.
And Dumbledore says no, because Dumbledore is starting to sense that my guy Tom Riddle is not okay.
Yeah.
And because apparently, and they describe him in the book as like, he's starting to shift physically in between the human Tom Riddle and the broken face of Voldemort.
Because he's already started
Damn.
taking the pieces of his soul to make the Horcruxes.
Horcrux.
Yeah, exactly. And so,
Ugh.
dude, it's such an interesting scene. It's like really a scene because in the movies, you see Voldemort going up against Dumbledore. You see that fight, which is fucking insane, by the way. But in the books, it's just a scene where they sit down and they talk, and it's like a battle of philosophies, and it's so interesting.
Yeah.
And I was really, really angry when we didn't see that in the movie.
Because I would have been fine just with an entire movie of that. Like, I would love that. And I wish they could, I would still be happy for them to go back and do it, honestly.
Yeah,
Like,
probably.
you know?
I'd love to have this movie of just, or this show of just, bring back Ralph Fiennes to just do like the fall of Voldemort, like
Yeah.
the first war. Or
That's what I
whatever.
mean. Just like stuff like that. Even if it's, or just to reshoot scenes to be bonus content somewhere, because like you
As
can afford
NFTs.
it. You can afford it. No, on like the Blu-rays, or as like we're releasing this in theaters with a bunch of extra content.
That'd be
like,
amazing.
I don't want to
That'd
give
be
J.K. Rowling
amazing.
any money, but like that's
Yeah,
I'd
that-
be
Yeah.
more okay, like instead of like going back to the movies and refilming everything and putting
Yeah, I don't
everything
want
back
all
in.
that,
Like
yeah.
instead of like going that route, I would be like almost more okay with just completely redoing it, but like in an anime or something. Like Rated R or
an
something.
animated Harry Potter thing could be interesting. I really want to just see a movie or a show that would be different characters, nothing related to Harry or that
Yeah.
original story, and like in a different part of the world.
yeah.
yeah, that'd be
Like
cool.
I'd love to see. Imagine
Well-
Wizards in Canada. What's up?
Yeah,
Yeah, well,
Wizards and
that's
Canada.
actually why I'm so excited for the the Hogwarts game to come out. The
Hogwarts Legacy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Hogwarts
that's
Legacy.
yeah,
That looks fun.
Hogwarts without Harry Potter, and it's just like here, you do you, and
Yeah.
this is it.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
That could be
I think it's like
interesting.
200 years before or
Oh
something
yeah,
like that.
something like
Oh,
that.
is it?
Yeah.
Okay, I did not know
so-
that. I did not know that.
So it's like-
that sounds interesting.
Harry Potter has not existed yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So
great.
it could
That's
be
great.
Yeah.
anything.
Don't
Magic.
do that. It's also long enough that Dumbledore and Voldemort were not around.
There you go, yeah.
Even though Dumbledore dies is like
Dumbledore-
150 or something.
He does, yeah. So,
but Voldemort dies like relatively young.
yeah, he does.
Oh.
He's like 76.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And
didn't
you want
know
to know
that.
the most fucked up thing?
What?
Harry's parents, they were only 21 years old when they died.
Yeah, they were really
They were super
disgustingly
young.
young. They had
Oh,
yeah.
that
The
is
movies,
so
the movies
sad.
fuck with you because
They look
cast,
older. They
look like
cast
40.
middle-aged people
Yeah.
to play his parents, but they were really fucking young. And so when you think about that, Sirius Black died at 35.
Yeah,
Oh.
Snape dies at 37.
very young.
They're all much younger than they look in the movies.
Yeah, they are.
Okay. Yeah, I've never read the books, so yeah,
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
have that context. Yeah, that's crazy.
it's not. It's never really set because the books don't have a clear timeline, but
Okay.
you can piece it out because I think it's because of the moment where you see there's a scene in. It's in the movie as well when Harry goes back to Godric's Hollow and he visits his parents' tombstones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you see the
and
dates.
you see that, yeah, you see the dates, so you can
okay.
piece it out
Okay.
together. They were
Mhm.
all very young. They were 21 years old.
Yeah.
Wow, bro.
That is messed up.
I'd
dude.
already be dead almost twice.
Yeah, I know.
Fuck.
Dude,
It's crazy.
That's crazy.
so insane.
That's nuts.
Anyways, we've been going for a minute.
Have we?
I don't
we
know.
just hit an hour.
We just hit an hour.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, I think that'll be it for today's episode of the podcast, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. All of our links in the description. I'm your friendly space ninja.
Commander Bruno.
Man of the Jedi.
Yeah. See you guys
What it
later.
do?
Thanks for watching.
Stay sexy.